hello, and welcome to another One Piece chapter review and discussion. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Today we're here to talk about chapter 1118, being free. And it's just me today. Megan is taking a personal day. She's got some life stuff that she needs to take care of. But we have some stuff to take care of here today. And that's talking about this dang chapter, bro, because it's been pretty divisive. People, I feel like, the fans are always torn. But I really do feel like the fans are torn with this chapter more than they have been before. Recently, at least. And I'm curious to know how everybody here in the chat feels about Bonnie's Nika form. The irony is, this chapter contained 2 Nikas, but today you only get 1 Josh. And we're going to still have a great time. We still got some ups and downs to go through, the beat-by-beat discussion to go through, and I have something that I'm ready to put in the Book of L's, even though I don't think a lot of people are going to like it. A Beautiful Lie said, no Megan? I mean, they didn't say no Megan, but I'm assuming that is why they're saying what they're about to say. I'm going to head out. Love you, Beautiful Lie. Crazy Monk 27 said something kind of crazy to me. Crazy Monk. Why is this podcast the Shit on One Piece podcast? I don't know where you got that from. But I don't think I've ever shit on One Piece. There are things that I am not a fan of from time to time, but those times are very few and far between, honestly. And even when I do try to express those opinions, I try to express them in a way that doesn't bring down people who might like those things. And I try to consider other perspectives other than mine. As a matter of fact, I actually really enjoyed this like where this chapter left off with Bonnie. I love that Bonnie ends up getting a Nika form. I think that, and I think I saw Sung Jin Woo say it's poetic and touching. I agree. It's very poetic. And as a matter of fact, if we're jumping in to ups and downs, that's going to be one of my first ups. I have seen a lot of people online, though, talk about this. And, one thing that it just frustrates me as a fan. And, I think that, not that I'm innocent of this. Like, I've definitely done this because I know that sometimes when you care about something and you hear somebody say something you don't like about it, you want to respond emotionally. And I have definitely done that. But I just see a lot of people, saying if you don't like this Nika thing, this Bonnie Nika thing, then you're not a fan. And I just don't like saying that just because someone likes something that they're not a fan. Now, if they're being wild, if they're just shitting on something to shit on it, then absolutely, that's not cool. But if they're like telling you and expressing to you why they don't like it, they can still be a fan of One Piece. But yeah. Let's see. I'm going to catch up on some of the chat, and then we're going to get into the ups and downs. Gabe said, I love that Bonnie became Nika. She got to become the hero her dad looked up to. Where's my praise Kuma sound, dude? Where's my praise Kuma sound? Damn. Sound effects too. I can't find it. Whatever. Praise Kuma. Yes. I actually love it too. So actually, let's get into the ups and downs now, because I got some ups, and I do have a few downs, but they're not crazy. They're nothing crazy. So my first up is definitely Bonnie's Nika form. I do think that for me it is very symbolic. I do like narratively, what it serves thematically. I wrote down, I don't see it as something that takes away from Gear 5, because that's, a complaint that I honestly think is somewhat valid, right? I don't necessarily agree. I don't feel the same, but if people feel that way, I don't strongly disagree. But I don't think personally for me it takes away from Gear 5. I see it as something, Luffy doing something he's always done, and that is freeing people. I think it's so beautiful that the way that Bonnie's devil fruit works is that in order for her to use distorted future, she has to truly believe that future is possible. So her doing that is, to me, so beautiful, because she truly believes that she is or can be free, truly free. And that touches my heart, bro. She was captive. She was captive for her whole life, or most of her life. We saw everything she went through. And so, yes, for her to turn into and take the form of the hero that her dad always told her about, that in its own, or on its own, is beautiful. But for her to believe in freedom, that she can be free, or that she is free, or freedom is in her future, I love that. I do love that. I love that so much. And I do think that it has been something that has been kind of foreshadowed. I can't say that when Oda did it, when it finally happened, I was a little shocked, but I can't lie and say that I also didn't expect it a bit. We've seen distorted future before, and we've seen the things that Bonnie is able to do with it. So it was kind of, when she went giant form, she's done it so many times, but this was not a stretch. I think that from what I've seen, there are also people who don't seem to understand how Bonnie's fruit works, because I don't, and I want to talk to you guys about it too. I don't know necessarily that Bonnie will be able to do every single thing that Gear 5 Luffy can do. I think that she'll be very strong in that form, but I don't know what limitations that form is going to have. I do think that people have a misunderstanding of how it works, because to me, it's just that she needs to believe that something is possible. A future is possible. These are all possible futures. So, as she gets older, and that's what I loved about her exchange with Saturn, was because even that in itself was, I mean, it hit me like a ton of bricks, bro. Because it was the older you get, the more jaded you become, the more you realize what is actually possible, your own limitations. You put limit. It is imagination, sure. But I think a lot of people are comparing it to this childlike imagination. And as long as Bonnie has this childlike imagination, then anything she imagines or can imagine will be possible. But I think she has to believe that this future is possible. And it's just that conversation with Saturn that I keep going back to, because it feels so real, dude. We get older, and we, life, gives us the 1-2 punch, and we start limiting ourselves, I guess, or we call it being more realistic, with ourselves. And I think that this moment was really cool, man. It was really, really cool. I do want to go right into a down after that, though, and then I'll take a break and I'll look at the chat some more. But if I have to be fair, if I have to be 100% fair, and if I have to be 100% honest, dude, because there's another thing I don't like when people call people who have different opinions, not fans of One Piece, but I also don't like feeling like, you can't speak your truth because we are all free here. It's not even a big deal either. It's not even a big thing. But I think that for me, Luffy going Gear 5 again so fast, and I get it, right? This is all happening. Well, I mean, I guess you have Vegapunk's message as an actual clock that it did get cut short, but we knew how long it was going to be. So you have that as like a reference for how much time has passed. But for Luffy to go out of Gear 5, and then literally it just felt like it happened so fast for him to go to the giant ship, for him to like sit down at a table, for him to get served up this whole meal, for him to eat this whole meal, go Gear 5. Like that was the only, like, it's a nitpick, bro. And in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't even fucking matter. But if I have any issue with anything Gear 5 related, first of all, I love Gear 5. I think that's no secret. I love the silliness and goofiness of One Piece, and that it can do that while doing everything else it does simultaneously, being one of the most epic stories at the same time. So everything about Gear 5 I love. And this chapter just felt fast, bro. It felt so fast. Like it almost made me feel like, why have him revert back at all? Like, I get it. It has a timer on it and everything like that. But I mean, I guess maybe he needed to be recharged for this fight that's about to happen. But yeah, I don't know. It just happened a little fast. It's small. Doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I had to put it as a down because I had to put something as a down. I can't, or I don't want to just put ups. I want to, really, really unpack it. We got a couple super chats I want to catch up on, and then we'll continue on. So we have Dila Joy Boy. Let's freaking go. Sad I missed the stream with Civ. I just finished the VOD as soon as Civ opened, or I keep saying Civ, Sai opened with the sock reviews. I knew it was going to be unhinged. Bro, me and Megan talked about it as soon as we finished. If that stream, if you haven't watched it, we had such a good time. Like, we clicked, and we knew we would with Sai. It was just so easy. We felt like we could be unhinged, but also it was like the perfect amount of unhinged. We're so similar in the way that we talk too, because we'll talk about, whatever it is, like One Piece, and we'll talk like seriously about, our thoughts, feelings, opinions about where it is, where it's going, all that. But then it'll just be the most crazy tangent that we'll go off on. And me and Megan do that all the time. And Civ does that too. So it just works so well. Anyway, after the stream was over, me and Megan were like, that was perfect. That was everything we could have hoped it would be and more. I think we're, knock on wood, but I think, the stream's still up. I think we played it pretty safe. I think everything went off without a hitch. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's a lot of fun. I timestamped it. I guess it doesn't matter here because I saw a comment, someone saying, I'm not caught up, so I don't want to watch it and get spoiled. But, I did end up timestamping it so that and again, that's why it doesn't matter in this stream. But if you're not caught up, but if you just want to see the ranking part, then it'll be easier to find for you there. So fun. Shout out Sai. And shout out Dila Joy Boy. I was so bummed you missed it too in your comment, which was like, my profile picture was made for this, had me dying. But I'm glad you're here now. Arend.
That's
with a member for 10 months. Let's go, dude. Hi, Josh. Can you do a poll to understand how divisive the chapter was? Absolutely, dude. I'll do that right now. Okay, so I'm gonna create a poll. Sorry, I'm freaking old, dude. How did you feel about Bonnie's can't spell Nika form? Loved it, hated it, Loved it, hated it, didn't love it, but it didn't bother me. Didn't love it, but it didn't bother me. I don't think I have enough. I can't put all those words in that one option. I'm just gonna put didn't bother me. Loved it, hated it, didn't bother me. Okay, that's what we have to do for now. Let me just do that. And the poll should be live. Cast your votes. And shout out Arend. A beautiful lie.
I'm exploding.
Shout out Beautiful Lie. Oh. Always enjoy a Josh Solo stream. A potential. I can't see that emoji. Down. Oh, a potential. I'm assuming, yeah. But a potential down for me is that York and the 5 elders are going after Lilith. Lilith for Straw Hat. You know what, dude? So, okay, I kind of put as an up that I like because ever since York was outed as the traitor, I was pretty convinced that, and we saw some of Blackbeard's crew like on Egghead, I was convinced that York was going to team up with Blackbeard because her relationship with the Gorsei at that time did not seem very good. It seemed like, you know, they were just kind of using her and they're like, oh, we'll never let her actually, you know, be one of us or like take her with us. Like they were just kind of using her. So I thought that wasn't an option. I thought for sure she was going to be on Blackbeard's crew. But now it seems like they're saying that the Labo phase or like the brain is still, as long as the satellites are alive, will continue to live and grow even and contain all that knowledge. So they now want to take York so that they can have access to that. So her joining the Gorsei is kind of an up, like story-wise. Like story-wise, I think that's kind of cool that the Gorsei, because it's also funny to me, right? That, and I saw other people saying this online too, but that the Gorsei and specifically Saturn have brought this all on themselves, right? It is their sort of like own hubris, I guess, because they're the ones that did what they did to Bonnie and gave her that devil fruit. So all of this that's everything that's happening now, even by taking Ginny, all of it with Kuma, all of it, it's their fault. Like they did this to themselves. And so I don't know. I think that I think that's going to make them even more threatening with access to all of this knowledge, because I still don't believe Saturn's no fucking scientist, bro. He's no fucking scientist. I mean, he might, you know what he might be? He might be a good like engineer. He might be good at like understanding scientific formulas and shit, but that man cannot do. He needs Vegapunk's brain because he needs Vegapunk's ideas. He needs his research. He needs the step-by-step guide to how to do this shit. But I think that's cool, like story-wise. Of course, I don't love it for like the Straw Hats and the world, but I think it's cool as a story moment. But yeah, dude, them. I don't know, man. Lilith would be cool. Like it'd also be cool if the elders, the Gorsei, have a satellite. It'd be cool if the Straw Hats had one too. But I cannot make myself believe. I cannot convince myself. I want it to be true. I have zero problem with it. And if it does end up being true, I'd be happy with it. I'd love it. But I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't. And I might, you know, I think I even wrote that in the Book of Elves at a certain point, but I'm writing a note to write it again because I want it to happen too, but I just don't think it is. Beans, let's go.
That's a more?
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
Shout out Beans with a super chat. Bonnie had some doubts of Nika and her freedom. So her Nika-ish forms weren't perfect. Now that she's met him, the Nika form is clear and beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that's bro. She did the Nika-ish. It should have gave everybody a giant clue as to what was coming. And I love that too, Beans, the way you said it, because that's exactly what's happening. Like, she was wavering. It was Nika-ish because she hadn't lost all faith, but she wasn't completely confident in it either. She was in that middle area. And now she's confident. And that's why reading this all back in one solid go is that's going to hit so much harder, I feel like. Shout out to everybody, by the way, for the super chats. Thank you guys so much. It helps. It matters. So yeah, we're in a this is a good group we got here, because looking at the results of the poll, and cast your vote if you haven't cast it already, but Loved It is winning by 66%. Hated It only has 6%. Didn't bother me. That means you didn't love it. You didn't hate it. It just didn't really bother you. It was just, you didn't love it. You didn't hate it. 28%. So almost 100 votes, 91 votes. And we'll let it go. We'll let it keep kind of accruing more data. Let me catch up on the chat. Let me see how everybody else is feeling. Cosmic Goatee, cool ass name. Like retconning the Devil Fruit 1044 chapters is a huge subversion. It could be the amount of subversive media I've been seeing that's made me jaded since like Star Wars. Well, Cosmic Goatee, first of all, I get it. I get it. And I haven't seen anything Star Wars outside of a couple episodes of Andor, because Paladin, a member of our community, was really adamant about me checking it out, and it's good. But outside of that, if it was just me talking to you, Cosmic Goatee, I'd say I understand it. But also I'd say I think it's time to, it's going to hurt, dude. But I think we just need to leave Star Wars alone for a while. I think we just need to let it go. Because my heart, I couldn't keep getting it broken over and over, like highs and lows. And not even highs and lows, but like excited and like having faith to being crushed. All that on repeat over and over again. Winston, down for me is the message. If the message continued, we might have gotten more Vega coffee presentation. I saw Murphy. I don't know how many people saw Murphy's sketch where she was Vegapunk, and it's like the title of it was like Vegapunk is the worst YouTuber or whatever. Very funny, dude. I mean, she knows what she's doing, bro, because I clicked. I mean, I love Murphy and I do watch her videos from time to time, but I clicked so fast because of that thumbnail with her in like Albert Einstein cosplay. It was so funny. Yeah, Murphy's great. I was a little, if I'm being honest too, I was a little jealous. I was like, man, we should have done that. We should have done something like that. But Murphy killed it, dude. She killed it. Rumham said, I don't think Edison is dead, guys. I don't know. The way that it kind of left off, it made it seem like he was. Because he kind of sacrificed himself to extend the clouds, or do whatever he could to extend the clouds so that they could escape. And I think it cost him his life. But I don't know. I don't know if it was ever like super explicit. Choco Choco saying, was this not expected? Yeah. Guido said, didn't bother me. I liked it. Yeah, I think a lot of people are here, at least, in favor of it. I think that, and again, bro, this is my whole fucking thing, dude. I don't want anybody to feel like they can't express that they didn't like it. Because if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. But like, you know, just don't be an asshole, man. Like, everything is so goddamn divisive. But it seems like a lot of people, we have similar minds here, and that we all liked it. Let's see. Cosmic Goatee is replying to Chintastic. I'm trying to keep up. At Chintastic, it's not a retcon. It's just Oda changed the story for the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika to be Luffy's fruit through a load of setup that all kind of came to a head at Wano. But yeah, I just want to be very clear about that. If you don't like the Bonnie thing, that's your opinion. That's cool. I'm not here to tell anybody that they're wrong, bro. Okay, Holvin Franco is touching on something here that I think is very important. Do you think that Bonnie awakening is going to affect the person around her, like turn others to a sun, God, Nika, people? You know what, Holvin? I want to talk to you guys about this too, and maybe that'll be a different poll. But for me, that is going to be my Book of L's prediction, that Bonnie will give the Straw Hats a Nika form. Now, why I say that that's divisive is because I don't even know how I would feel about it. A part of me, I think, would think it would be really cool, but a part of me, I don't know if another part of me would, depending on how it was executed, it could be goofy. But I do think it is a possibility. And I do think that even if she doesn't do it here, if she somehow either stays with the Straw Hats or comes back in the story at some point, that she could do it later too. Yeah. I mean, we had a theory, and I think that this was a very popular theory, but the idea that Bonnie's devil fruit doing what it does she could use it on Whitebeard. She could use it, not Whitebeard, R.I.P. King. Use it on Ray Lee. She could use it on Garp. She could use it on Sengoku. She could use it on the old heads, right? And she could revert them back to their prime, essentially, and even age up Luffy, Zoro, Sanji to be in their prime. And that there would be some sort of final war with all of these, these huge figures of the One Piece world in their prime, all fighting. But now there's a possibility that they could all be, have a Nika form. It could be like an army of Nika warriors versus, like, I don't know, maybe the Gorosei, because they're fucking demons, bro. Devil, demon, Diablos. They can maybe, I don't know, give other people like a fucking demonic power. And it could be, the demonic side versus the god, sun god side. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility. Whitebeard coming back. Whitebeard coming back. Is this the Satch Bell shirt? Yeah, dude. It is. I never wear. I love it, and I'm so glad I bought it because it sold out pretty quickly. It was on Hypeland or whatever. But the puff paint on it, it's a little scratchy. But I like it, and I don't regret buying it. Mr. Dens said, I think if everyone gets a Nika form, it's more of like everyone being free and fighting in their own way. I think it depends on her hockey, though, because that's a lot. Yeah. I've seen people say hockey's going to definitely have something to do with it, like how long she can sustain that form. But there were a couple other theories, too, that I saw about even the ancient robot, because and we got another super chat coming in. Let me just hit this real quick, and then I just have like one or two more ups. I think one up and one down. But we got Arend.
I'm exploding.
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
Shout out Arend with a super chat. Just like the moon causes tides in a smaller effect, what if the awakening of Luffy's powers and constant use is creating the current rise. That's interesting. That is interesting. I do think, because I saw, and I'm not saying you're saying this, Aran, but I did see some people kind of confused as to what was happening with the ocean when Luffy went Gear 5. Because other characters were talking about it as if it was like an earthquake or something. But I do think, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was Luffy, him awakening and altering the terrain. And it looked as if, to me, he was turning the ocean into like a bouncy surface, like that whole area of ocean there. And because everybody else could hear the drums. But that would be crazy, Ren, if there was like a downside to this ability. It's an ability that it brings joy and freedom and liberation, but has a downside. That would be interesting. I ran with another super chat.
When the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie?
That's a rend. If a moon power person, we don't know yet, clashes with Luffy, both of them may be responsible of the future flooding. Yeah, absolutely. And that could still definitely happen. 100%. 100%. But I do like what you said about, I don't know how I feel about it, but I do about whether it's true or not, the awakening of Luffy's powers, creating the current rise. But I think that would be so interesting. Because I think definitely it's the ancient weapons, right, that are doing it, or whatever Eam used. That played a part in it. Imagine Bonnie dies after using her Nika form. Here's the thing about Bonnie, dude. And I understand why, some people feel the way they feel. Because, bro, look at, and I love Bonnie, and I'm going to keep saying it, bro. I'm going to keep saying it because there's going to be people. I had to change my freaking posture for this. There's going to be some people who are going to misconstrue what I'm about to say. I love Bonnie. I love her Nika form. I love it all. Love it all, love it all, love it all. But I also understand how people can be frustrated because Bonnie is crazy, like powerful. Like her devil fruit is absolutely insane, number one. Number two, she has control over all the pacifistas, over all the seraphim. She has the authority over all of them. She's kind of like on every level. Technology, the government's like weapons, she can control them. She can, copy devil fruit. She's crazy. So like a part of me, I don't want her to die. I really don't. But I'm thinking like narratively, I'm thinking like the rest of the story. How is she going to fit into everything else that's happening? It would be heartbreaking if a child, died. But going forward, she seems too dangerous, too powerful. But it's that I wanted to talk about too. So, because people, of course, are going to theorize, and I think this is what I fucking love, dude. I love exploring every little thing that catches my eye, even if it's a little goofy. I like it. I enjoy it. So, I saw some people saying this could potentially be, and I don't think this is true based on Vegapunk's message, but I think it's a fun idea. Like Joy Boy being two people, right? Like Joy and then Boy. That would be fun. Also, the idea, because we still don't know why the ancient robot woke up 200 years ago, but potentially somebody had Bonnie's fruit. Because we know, never mind, I don't think that would work because the devil fruit would respawn somewhere else. Anyway, 200 years ago, somebody else could have had that fruit and could have either found out information about Nika, or we know that like even Kuma and the Buccaneers, they all had a knowledge of Nika, the giants, so on and so forth. So someone else could have had that fruit and could have used a version of Distorted Future. And that could have awakened the ancient robot 200 years ago. And that's why they attacked Mary Joie. It's fun. It's fun. It's possible. I like it. She's a new ancient weapon. I mean, yeah, for real. Berto Burt with a super chat. Let's see. What are we going to give Berto Burt? Let's see. Oh, strong right. Does this legitimately confirm that Bonnie is the new Carrot or the 10th member that Luffy has been looking for? Is Bonnie Carrot or is Lilith Carrot? I feel like it's neither, right? I feel like neither of them will actually join. But if one of them had to, first of all, don't make me pick. But I think, obviously Bonnie would be crazy. Like having the Vegabunk's knowledge, cool. But having Bonnie's devil fruit, having Bonnie's like authority over the Seraphim pacifistas or whatever, insane. But I think she is kind of the Carrot, bro. And this is again why it's so crazy that we have the Yamato cover page, because Yamato's cool. Yamato's cool as hell. But as cool as Lilith, as cool as Bonnie, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if Lilith or Bonnie joined. But that was a down for me, was the ancient robot falling to the depths of the ocean again. I really feel, just being transparent that this ancient robot is just. I want to experience it again all the way through once the arc is like officially completed. But bro, it wakes up. It passes out. It wakes up. It passes out. It wakes up. It passes out. And every time, it's apologizing and it's like saying things here and there. All very cool. But it's just in the manga feels like it's happening so fast. Like so fast. Those are the only two things, like pacing wise. The ancient robot getting knocked out, waking up, getting knocked out, waking up, and then Luffy just going and eating really, really fast and being able to go Gear 5 again like that. They just feel like they're happening too fast. That's it. But I don't even need the ancient robot to do anything. I really don't. I thought they were holding off the Gorosei, and I was like, that's enough. That's all you need to do. I don't need to hear more lore. I don't need to hear more secrets. I don't need to know who you are. I don't need to know why you're doing what you're doing. But it was just the up and down, up and down, and up and down. Like, damn, bro. Yeah. Jonathan R.
Shitty.
With a super chat. Shout out Jonathan R. Don't forget Bonnie is a captain in the worst generation. She's playing more of a law role than that of a crewmate. Yeah, and that's the only other reason. But the only difference I think is that Bonnie doesn't seem to have as big of a crew. Out of all of the other worst gen captains, it would make the most sense for her to join the Straw Hats, because everybody else has a huge crew underneath them, and they are really a captain. I feel like Bonnie is a captain for sure, but I feel like she was also playing captain. I don't mean that in a disrespectful to Bonnie way, but she's a little girl who was, I think, playing captain. She would make the most sense. Law will never join the Straw Hats, obviously. All the other worst gen captains will never join the Straw Hats. They got their own crews. They'll join the fleet, sure, but not the crew. That's the only reason I think it could be possible. Berto Bert. Let's give Berto Bert a Brook laugh. Or the new Uta of the Straw Hats. Ugh. I hope not Uta, but I'll say Carrot. I'll say Carrot. Even though because tell me what you guys think. If she did, I'm not even saying if she joined the Straw Hats, but if she stuck around, if she continued to live, she would be incredibly dangerous. Do you think the Gorosei are going to let not just one Nika, so she's maybe going to go to Elbaf too then, but maybe not join with Straw Hats. They're not okay with one Nika existing. Now there's two. I just don't think they're going to let Bonnie go. And like they say in this chapter, they're never going to stop following us. So we have to square up against them. And that's going to be a crazy fight. Make sure I'm caught up. D La Joy Boy. I'm still holding out on the robot. I'm hoping it will be supercharged due to there being 2 Nikas and finally pop out and show Nika K. Dot. Yeah, bro, I think that there's a possibility that with 2 Nikas, it could charge itself up again. But D La Joy Boy, how many times is it gonna do that? I'm ready though. I'm ready for that to happen. I'm not even that mad about it. Secret Turtle.
Good smell.
Shout out Secret Turtle. The robot recognized Joy Boy when Bonnie transformed. I think Bonnie achieved a Nika form the same way the actual Joy Boy did by simply wishing for it. Yeah, I mean, I think that for all intents and purposes, like if we're really looking at Bonnie's devil fruit, this is a distorted future. Like this isn't a copy of Luffy's devil fruit. This is a future. She is tapping into a future where she is Nika, where she ate that devil fruit, where that like Joy Boy is her, like Joy, she is Joy Girl, like. So I think that of course that would make it make sense that the giant robot would recognize the presence as being Joy Boy because she is. I mean, she's literally pulling from like alternate realities, which is crazy. I mean, if you would have told me that One Piece, first of all, the biggest WTF moment I've ever had in One Piece is fucking time travel. What the fuck? In Wano, when I found out the fucking samurai time travel, I was fucking floored, gagunked off my ass. I never expected that in One Piece. Time travel, and now like pulling from like alternate potential realities. Like, I'm fucked up. The poll is pretty, like, it's pretty 178 votes. It's pretty the same actually, with the additional votes. What would happen if she distorted the future and wanted to be a hockey master? I mean, I guess she could do that. Like, I guess she could, as long as she believed that was possible. And all that I think she would need to do is to see somebody else do it. And for her to believe that she would be able to do whatever they did to achieve that, she could do it. See. What does it mean for her abilities if she is living freely? Now, what would be crazy, and I think this is too much. I think this is where I need to start dialing it back a little bit. But what if, and this is the same logic I feel like when we were talking about Vegapunk's message, and I was like, oh, what if Vegapunk's consciousness has been uploaded, so his body, his physical body is dead, but his like consciousness is still in Punk Records or whatever, which is like kind of true if the brain continues to live, but not in the way that I thought it would be true. And people said that's too much. That's a little too out there, I think, for Oda to do. I think this is similar, but it would be so crazy if Gear 5, right? Luffy, Nika can do anything. I mean, we're talking about potentially being able at some point to affect the panels of the manga. He hasn't done anything like that yet, but I mean, the things that he has done, like, he can literally break reality. He can mold reality into anything that he wants it to become. So what if by Bonnie tapping in to a distorted future, a potential future where she is Joy Boy, where she is Nika. She can use Nika's power to make, like, to bend this reality, the current reality, to allow her to continue to be that. That's too much. This is too much. It's too much. But I had to see it through. Jordan Arogetti, I hope I'm saying that right. Shout out. With a super chat. Do you think it's possible Toki could be from Joy Boy's original crew as well, or at least knew about the real Joy Boy? So I think that Toki for sure knew about Joy Boy. I don't think that Toki will have been from Joy Boy's crew, and I'm not great when it comes to like timelines and when exactly, like, because we only know what we've been told, and maybe we'll find out that certain things that we've been told aren't even necessarily true. But I still don't think she was part of Joy Boy's crew, but definitely that she knew about Joy Boy for sure, the real Joy Boy. Yeah. Vega Cloud, $5 a month subscription, Vishal. Oh, man. Holvin is also saying the only one member of the worst generation that we don't know is Mad Monk. Do you think he will be on Elbaf? I've heard some people say that. Maybe. It would make sense. Just for that reason, because, we haven't seen a lot of him, and to finally like get to spend a bit of time with all of them after they've been introduced, it would make sense. The monk could like work really well with a lot of the themes, I'm sure, that are going to be tackled in Elbaf, but or the idea of a monk, I guess. But I don't know, man. Elbaf's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be jam-packed. It's going to be wild. I hope that, again, I hope it really does end up being lore piece to a degree. The fights have been absolutely insane in Egghead, and I'm sure there will be danger there. But I also would love to like slow down, because we're also going to be getting another crazy fight right now with Bonnie and Luffy teaming up against the Gorosei. I think it would be cool if we got to slow down for a while to just kind of explore Elbaf, like for Robin to reunite with Saul, to maybe exchange some information about like the books and the books from O'Hara, and like find out more. Because that's kind of, I guess, how Egghead started too. And then, of course, as with most arcs, like it'll end in like a huge climax. But I'm just excited to get there. And they keep getting me where I'm like, okay, Egghead's got 3 chapters. That's what I was just saying when we were on the stream with Sim. What the fuck else is there to do? Like, I know the Gorosei are still, alive and well. It doesn't get hurt him. But I was like, the ancient robot, I mean, he did get knocked out. But I was like, I don't know, maybe they're just going to flee. But then when the Giants said it in this chapter, I don't know if it was Doria Brogy, or I don't know who it was that said it, but they said, like, they're going to stop following us, or they're not going to stop following us. Why would they? It kind of made me realize, like, oh shit, I guess you're right. Like, why would they just not pursue them forever? But I just really thought that was it. I thought they were out of there. And now it seems like we're going to get at least a couple chapters of a fight. So Egghead might be fucking damn near fucking 10 chapters. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. Is this pronounced? I hope I pronounced this right. Tigre? I guess I just, oh fuck. They became a real winner, and now they're gonna undo it because I can't even pronounce their freaking name. I'm sorry, but thank you so much for becoming a day oneer. You get all the sounds.
Good smell. Flavor.
Shout out to you. Thank you. And if I see it phonetically, I'll remember it, and I'll never mispronounce it again. Vishal Venkat.
Bro, lost for real.
Shout out Vishal. I don't see Bonnie living freely as her copying Luffy's abilities. It has to be its own thing. I wonder how Kuma would react seeing Bonnie as Nika. Kuma's on the ship too. Kuma's just knocked out. Kuma could wake up and see it, and that could be, his final breath. But Bonnie living freely as her copying Luffy's abilities. Yeah, I mean, we have to think about when she's used it previously, it has kind of worked similarly, where she'll have a rubber-ish property to her attacks. But I think that, and this might not make sense, but instead of, so Bonnie needs to believe in something or believe a certain future is attainable, reachable, possible for her to be able to tap into that. But it's Luffy's devil fruit that is more powered more by imagination. So it might work differently sheerly based on the fact that like Bonnie's imagination is different than Luffy's imagination. And seeing an actual child with Gear 5 potential could be even crazier because Luffy's a madman and might as well sometimes. I mean, sometimes he can act immature, which is something I love about him. But to see an actual child use it, like her imagination might be even fucking crazier, like even just more out there in how she uses it. Tess said, Latino struggling to pronounce tigre. It's so hard because I want to roll my R, because if I don't, I just say tigre, and that doesn't sound right either. Is a travesty. Shout out Tess. All right, Arend. Let's go. Arend with a super chat trying to really slip me up. Tres, tristes, tigres, trigo. I can't even say the last word. I tried. Beans coming in with some hot news fresh off the press. News, OPLA Season 2 expected to start filming June 24th.
Shitty.
Oh my god.
Let's go. I'm so excited. There was some potential casting that was shared with us yesterday. Yeah, yesterday on the Civ stream. And it was a potential VV casting, and I loved it. I thought it looked really cool. I don't know how true or false it is, but either way, I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. Luffy might. I like this, Mr. Rubik's. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Luffy might even end up learning from Bonnie after he sees how she uses it. I think that's absolutely 100% a possibility. She will open his eyes to things that he never even thought of. Bro, I mean, think about imagination. Like, my imagination is different from another person's imagination by, like, leaps and bounds. Have you ever, like, okay, this is a super crazy tangent, and then we'll get back on track, I promise. But, like, we started watching Scavenger's Reign, an animated show. It was on HBO. Now it's on Netflix. Animated sci-fi show. I haven't finished it yet, but got, like, 8 episodes in. I think there's only 12. Point is, I'm not going to spoil anything about that show other than it's not a plot spoiler. It's not a spoiler at all. But the people who made that show, like their imagination, like they were either on fucking all the drugs, every drug known to man when they made that, or they just have the fucking craziest imagination because they were showing ecosystems and just like creatures and how they like live and operate in some of the most creative ways I've ever seen. And I was sitting there. I don't know if you've ever done this, but I was sitting there and I just kind of had this moment of feeling like, bro, no matter how hard I try, I would never be able to come up with this shit. Like some of the shit in there is so creative. My point is, if they had Luffy's devil fruit, they'd be doing crazy shit, like the most out there shit that I wouldn't even think to do. So I do think it's a possibility that Luffy can learn something from Bonnie. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah. Kevin said that's how I feel every time I watch Regular Show. Regular Show was pretty like I was very creative and pretty out there too. I love Regular Show, but yeah, Regular Show is. I mean, J.G. Quintel, is that his name? He's a goat. He's a goat. Bro, I was so glad that they got. First of all, he got his own show that was a more like adult show, Close Enough or something like that. But then that Regular Show is getting a spinoff. Love that for him and for Regular Show and for me. Okay, I think I got through all this stuff. It's a little longer when Megan's not here to keep us on the tracks. Can't be free. York joining the Gorsay. Oh, the Bluegrass and Doll moment. Yeah, okay, let's just go through everything real quick. Hold on. And this will probably be quicker than it usually is because we've already spent a lot of time talking about certain things in the chapter. Let me end the poll and we'll switch over. Bro, it's getting so hot where we're at too. It's actually kind of crazy. All right, sorry, let me just reframe this. Bear with me. All right, and that should be okay. All right, so just going through it real quick. The cover page was cool. Being free. Oni Child Yamato. I got to pull up my other fucking window because I can't fucking see shit. Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 8 setting off. Yamato, just keep doing. I have no, like, if Yamato does one day make it to the ship and officially joins, awesome. But if Yamato walks around Wano for the rest of the story, good for them. Go ahead. I mean, the chapter opens up, dude, with the giant robot falling in the freaking sea, sinking again. Looking for Joy Boy. Where are you? Where did you go, Joy Boy? I wanted our paths to cross. You were right. How strange. How very strange. And I've seen people say that based on these lines of dialogue, like, I don't think this would be true because if you think people are mad now, imagine if what I'm about to say came true. Some people have said, imagine if Bonnie is actual, like, the real Joy Boy, like, is actually Joy Boy and not Luffy. That would never happen, bro. I would lock my doors. Like, if that ended up being true, if Oda did that, I would lock my doors. I would disconnect from the internet because I don't want to be anywhere near that fallout, like, as it's taking place. But it's still an interesting, just an interesting thought. Everybody's seeing, the Gorosei wreaking havoc. We saw Leo and Rebecca. That was cool. The Gorosei are asking York. Let me switch off real quick. What other satellites are alive? She says there's only 2 left. This makes me believe that Edison really is dead. I kind of felt like that too. I felt like he really sacrificed himself to do what he did. So I don't think she's lying necessarily. Let me switch back. I just like to kind of catch up the screen with where I'm at, but I don't like it to scroll, So this is when they're kind of conspiring, right? Shall we eliminate them Punk Records? Punk Records appears to have been programmed to function and grow even after the Stella's termination. We can benefit from it through York. See, this is what I think is crazy, bro. And this is something I didn't even consider. Again, I hate this. I hate that the Gorosei could potentially, like, have this. But at the same time, I think story-wise, this is really cool. But of course, they're saying they need to take out Lilith and Atlas. If they do end up surviving, I just don't think they're going to go with the Straw Hats, but we'll see. Luffy makes it back to the ship, and this is where we get to see Doll, bro, and Bluegrass. This shit was so funny, man. I'm just a sucker. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's why me and Megan like time skip so much. Like, even when Oda did those like SBSs or whatever, where he showed the Straw Hats what they would look like at different ages, And he's done that with like a couple other characters too. Like I'm just a sucker for seeing characters at different ages. Like I like to see them when they were kids. I like to see them when they were like old geezers. I like to see every age in between. I don't know. Especially if it's canon, like by the creator, like it's not just like fan art of what someone thinks a character would look like. I am the biggest sucker for it. I have a vivid memory of like the Rugrats was my shit, bro. I love the Rugrats. And when they announced, I don't even know how old I was, but when they announced that All Grown Up, because it started as an episode in Rugrats. It was just a one-time thing. I think they went into a closet and some crazy shit happened. They were all grown up. And it was just one episode. But I remember the commercials for that episode. I was like, I was young, but I was old enough to be fucking losing my shit. Like we're going to get to see like what Chucky looks like as a teenager. We're going to get to see what Tommy looks like. Phil and Lil. Like I was geeked off my fucking ass, bro. And I like made sure to watch that episode. And then they announced a show. My point is, that's when it started for me. My obsession and my need and my excitement with seeing like characters like aged up or aged down. That's why this doll bluegrass shit was so fucking cute. It was so cool. I loved it. Let me make sure I caught up. Let's see. Catching up on the super chat real quick. Tigra. I they spelled it phonetically and I still can't. Tigra. See, I put like, that's the problem of being half Mexican and half, not just white, but like Southern white, is that I'll either sound like I have a Mexican accent when I try to, or Southern. So when I said that right now, it sounded Southern to me. I guess. Meaning shield tiger, aka the Royal Bengal Tiger. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I wish I had like a tiger roar sound that I could play right now. That's gangster as fuck. Shout out. And I'm gonna get it, dude. I'm gonna get it. I swear I'm gonna get it. Conrad Corbel, oh brother.
Gosh, for real.
Chapter so mid, Megan didn't even show up. Wow. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. You know what, Conrad? You can believe whatever you want to believe. You can think whatever you can want. Whatever you can want to think. I'm just kidding, bro. See, this is the thing. This is the lesson that I wish like we could all learn, is that like Conrad is saying things, and maybe it's because I feel like I know Conrad because of our back and forths. But like he could say something like this, and it just makes me laugh. But then like I can see other people on Twitter say things like that, and I'm like, fuck these people. But I just know, I just feel like I know Conrad, even if I don't. I feel like I do. So it always makes me smile. Alejandro, shout out.
Good smell. Flavor.
I was watching your One Piece arc reviews, but I can't find them now. I stopped in Alabasta and want to watch the rest. Whoa. I was watching One Piece arc reviews. I can't find them now. I'm gonna look into that. I don't know why that's happening. There should be, so there is a playlist, but what happened, and maybe maybe it's my fault. There are two playlists. There's a done piece playlist, and that's probably why it's confusing. Because there's like a One Piece chapter review playlist, and then there's a done piece playlist. And done piece is like it's supposed to be like our journey through all of One Piece. And until Egghead finished, my logic was like, oh, I'll just add the chapter reviews there until the arc wraps up, and then when we do a full arc review, I'll just replace all those chapter reviews with one arc review. So that'll be like the arc review playlist. So that's why you're probably confused, because it's probably these two playlists that look like they have the same things on them. But the Done Piece playlist, if you scroll down enough, it should have all of the other arc reviews there. I should fix that. Jonathan R.
Good smell.
Damn, Josh
Flavor.
Beard, you embarrassed your ancestors with that phonetically failed attempt, and Lisan Al-Gaid isn't here to console you on that mess up. I don't even know if she would console me, but I don't think she could do any better than I could do. Sometimes I think I can speak a little better Spanish than she can and pronounce things a little bit better than she can, but I do need to be consoled. Bro, I can't pronounce anything. I mean, that's why, the Momonosuke song exists. I wish, bro, I don't know where my, oh, here it is. I found it. That's why the Momo song.
Alexander Arndt.
This is a song all about teaching you how to pronounce Momonosuke.
Let's begin our class today. I'm gonna teach you how to say something common in anime. Japanese names that end with skate. First we got Sasuke, and then there's Josuke. This man Inosuke, and Momonosuke. I mean, come on, dude. I need a song for everything. I mean, even if I just pretend like I can't pronounce things so people make dope music, that's a world. That's a good world to live in. All right, I think we're caught up. Let us continue. Spirit of Adventure. My first time catching a stream. Where's Megan? She is taking care of some life stuff. She had to catch up on some things, take care of some things. So she can't make it today, but she will be here tomorrow, because tomorrow we postponed it a week, but we are doing our anniversary stream. It's happening. We postponed it a week because we didn't have the hot sauces we wanted to have. And I'll just show this really quickly now. But here's the thumbnail. And the reason there's an empty space is because I have another thumbnail that I want to show you guys. I want to get your opinion on later. But yeah, we're playing Truth or Dab tomorrow for our 4-year YouTube anniversary. It's definitely happening tomorrow. It will not be postponed again. So she's not here today, but she will be here tomorrow. All right, let's jump back into it. Oh, Megan's in the chat. She's in the chat. Everybody act fucking natural. Act normal. Just act normal. Act normal. All right, let's see. Oh, chat's bleeding out of the border of the window, but who cares? We carry on. Bro, now I see all the fucking hearts, and I see all the fucking 100s and shit. I didn't get it. I didn't get any of that. And Megan? Just kidding. Show her some love. All right, where do we leave off? So, yeah, we see Bonnie talking about, and this chapter felt shorter than I think a lot of the other chapters. Sanji coordinating, trying to get everybody in the same place. We see Mars coming after everybody. Luffy eating enough to go Gear 5 again. I mean, I said we were going to blow through it, but we really did blow through it. And then we end on the infamous panel, the panel that shook the world. I want to show it full screen. Yeah, the panel that shook the world. Bonnie in her Nika form. And I love it. I'm here for it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's also so symbolic that like Luffy is doing the same, like, that's his iconic Gear 5 pose, But just to kind of go up, it says, it's just him. She remembers him talking about that's how I look when I'm totally free. Give me a future where I'm totally free. I wonder if it's going to say totally free in the official. There was a little bit of a difference between the last two chapters, but I think this is amazing. I think this is so sick. I cannot wait to see. Number one, of course, it animated, but the fan art.
people have already been cooking with like, a Bonnie tasteful, you know what I mean? Bonnie, Nika fan art. And yeah, I love it. Kuma here too. You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll race her well. It's just, this is going to hit so fucking hard in the anime. It's not even funny. But there it is. The chapter in all its glory. There's some other things we got to get to for sure. I was going to pull up what some people were talking about because, I don't know. I don't, at first, it always surprises me, and maybe it shouldn't, but like, I just look sometimes online and things always feel so much more divisive than they do when we come here and talk about it. Because when we come here and talk about it, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, no, that shit was dope. That was cool." And if somebody didn't like it, they're like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't love it. It wasn't that great because of the XYZ, but it is what it is. I still love One Piece." Everywhere else it does not feel like that. So I was going to go through some of the stuff that people were saying, not to give haters attention, but just to kind of like look at other opinions, I guess. But I think we got another super chat from Conrad Corbel. Now I actually read the chapter pretty good. 9 out of 10. No Zoro though. 0 out of 10. Zoro PC. That's what I'm fucking talking about, dude. Ow! I think people who don't want Bonnie and the crew are probably Zoro fans or Sanji fans. Link said, "I missed Theo Johnny. It's in the bank, dude." Okay, that's the other thing I was gonna show you guys. So it's in the bank, and I know this is a One Piece stream, but I'm just gonna show you a picture. Actually, can we talk about this? Actually, the new cover, the new manga cover. This might genuinely be one of my favorite manga covers of all time. Not only do I want this manga just to be able to look at this, but I need this on a poster. I want Kuma, this perspective, Kuma, like Bonnie hugging him. Like I want this on a poster. I want it on a shirt. This is amazing. I got you. When I saw this, I let out an audible like, oh, it's so fucking cute. I mean, look at Kuma's smile. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then of course, like Luffy, jumping over them. Get the fuck out of here, Oda, with this madness. This shit is too good. He cooked way too fucking hard. Beautiful. Gorgeous. And they're all doing the dance. They're all doing the Nika dance. Kizaru's doing it too. The fuck does that mean? Huh? Whoa, zooming all the way in. What the fuck does that mean, huh? Vegapunk with the most vacant eyes, always vacant. I can never quite tell what's going on in his mind. But yeah, incredible. So sick. Clip that. Oh, it's such a good cover. The Nika dance. Get Kizaru out of there, traitor. But that's what I'm saying. He's doing the dance. Yeah. So that's what makes me think that Conrad continuing, Kizaru needs to get the fuck out. Kizaru, he's switching sides, he's turning in this chapter. I mean, I know that there was that flashback of all of them, when he was younger, but he's turning, man. He's turning. Kuma's hands look weird, said Doran. Let me see. Let's zoom in on his hands. Nah, dude, those hands look good. Those hands look like the hands of liberation right there. Big. You know what they say about big hands? Big heart. Conrad's not wrong, though. Kizaru is A-Train. Yeah, but I was gonna say before I got sidetracked. I just wanted to look at that cover. It was so amazing. But and there's also been some other really cool Gear 5 shit that came out. I think it's for a show. It's either like is it a Universal show or some sort of show that they're doing? But they released a trailer for it, and Gear 5 Luffy appears in like live action, and it looks pretty sick. There was that other YouTuber who's done a lot of anime live action stuff. He did like a live action Naruto one. He did a live action JJK one. He did even a Gear 5 live action. It kind of looks like his style, but it looks sick. And I kind of wanted to show that too. But Theo Johnny is in the bank. That's what I was saying. The Theo Johnny episode is in the bank. It's coming. We had to get through all the adulting and anime. It's out. It's done. It's over. Season 1. No mas until season 2. Right? We got the anniversary stream coming up tomorrow, but then the other video series that we have had to get to for the longest time, and that this community has been so patient about, has been our Vinland Saga read through, and it's in the bank. It's actually already pretty much done and going to be released to Patreon and YouTube members, I think maybe tomorrow or Saturday. And then it's coming to YouTube for everybody on Monday. It's going to be released in tandem with our reaction to episode 24 of the first season. But I tried something a little different with the thumbnail. And I know this is a One Piece stream, but if you just humor me for 2 seconds, I just wanted to show the thumbnail. It's very different. It does not feature me or Megan. I like it. Nah, I don't even know if I want to show it because you guys are going to make me second guess it. Oh, here it is. So these are the 2 things that we got coming up. Bam, bam. And then Theo Johnny should hopefully be coming out next week. I'm going to stay up. I'm not going to rest until it's ready to go. A lot to look forward to. A lot to look forward to. I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, Beans. Yes, I did. I want to show that the full version of the drawing. I want to show that tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay. People say it looks sick. Can't wait. Okay. Whew, thank God. I thought you guys were going to be not in a bad way, but sometimes I get in my own head about it. And I'm like, this looks cool. And I'm like so like hyper focused on it that I don't have the perspective of being like zoomed out. Because sometimes Megan will look at something that I've worked really hard on, and I love her for this. Like, she needs to do this. Like, somebody needs to do this. But I'll just be like so dialed in on something. I'll be staring at something for so long that I'll think it looks really cool, and she'll come in and she'll be like, it looks kind of weird. And it does. She's right. But so I'm glad that it looks cool. Reverie when? Hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon. I don't know who's going to be leading it, but me and Megan are down, bro. I mean, we got a lot of things that we got to get to and we got to set up, but we're down. We reached out to some people to see some One Piece creators to see if they're going to be going to Anime Expo, because last year a bunch of creators all went and we were able to get together and hang out and do some stuff, and we thought maybe we'd get to do that this time around. And if they were going to come, we were going to have people come in the studio and just record like we were doing with the adulting and anime episodes. But I don't think as many people are coming this year. Maybe when season 2 is being released, I think maybe more creators, OPLA season 2, more One Piece creators will be coming out. But as far as like the Reverie goes, the Agenda Reverie was so fun. I mean, we would love to host a Reverie, or even like, I mean, I'd even be down to hit up Jay and be like, yo, is there some way we can organize even an Agenda Reverie, or like our own spin on a Reverie, whether it's the Reverie proper or a different kind of Reverie? I'm fucking down, and I want to do it, and I'm down. I just don't know when it's going to happen. As far as I know, I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it. Roger said there aren't a lot of people that want to host it anymore. You know what? I guess I believe that, just because from like a technical aspect, like not that it's hard to get everybody in a call together, but like, you know, scheduling and having topics and like being the kind of like referee, because everybody needs to be kind of reined in. And I get it. I do completely get it. And that's honestly why I would love to do it once and just kind of leave it at that. See how we do, see how it's received and see how it feels, and then decide if we want to do it again. But I totally get that, man. I do. Also maintaining the goal. Because this is a One Piece stream, so can I ask every One Piece fan in here who has been a fan for however long you've been a fan for, who have watched the Reverie streams, who are a fan of the Reverie streams, I genuinely, because it's not the creator, like the creators are all amazing and great and entertaining and fun, but my thing personally, this is a Josh opinion only, is that like I like the idea that all these creators can interact with each other and talk to each other in like one giant call, but sometimes it's too much. And I feel like there are either creators, and we've done this too, who aren't really speaking, not because they feel like they can't, but just because there are other people who are more passionate about whatever that topic or subject might be. I don't know. My point is, I would love to, and me and Megan have kind of talked about this. Like, my question to you first, I guess, is like, do you ever feel like it's too many people? And how do you think it would work or how you would enjoy it if there was maybe like 5 creators at a time, and there were like time slots, and everybody could call in for a certain slot, but we only have like 5 at a time? Because I also feel like sometimes, you know, people might not even, I think people would appreciate like having that slot so they know when they can be in and when they can be out. You know what I mean? Because people have other things they need to do too. And sometimes, like, you know, it's hard to find that. You don't want to be rude, or you don't want to just like end or like leave abruptly. So you're trying to find that like perfect part of the conversation to like dip. I don't know. I think if it was more organized, and that way, if you had like each topic for each time slot, creators could like sign up for the conversations and topics that they're most excited about. I don't know. I just think it could be a little bit more dialed in and a little bit more reined in than just having like everybody call in and you're just watching this Discord screen of like 30 creators talking at once. Maybe not 30, but you know what I mean? And it's nothing against like how it's been ran. Like, people enjoy it. It's cool getting to see all these One Piece creators talking in the same call. But like, if I think of myself as a viewer, it could be like it could be a lot for me. Conrad said 5 people max. Soham said they are all heated and some topics stay for too long. Oh, Soham said to keep the environment friendly, Soham. Also maintaining the call. Yeah. Money said, shout out Money, by the way, smaller groups are more manageable and it would keep the energy higher overall, no doubt. See, I think that too. Cole came in right as Matt was leaving and thought he was another OP YouTuber. Irish goodbye is always okay. It is okay, but I just feel so bad, dude. As long as everyone's on board. You're both good at interviewing people. You could rotate like 2 people at a time and do it that way too. Shout out Gus. Thank you for saying that, Gus. I mean, that would be fun too. How about a real life once a year live event? It would be fun. Bro, I would love that. The issue is also leaving out creators and what are the parameters for people that can join or not. So if it's like a rev, that's the beautiful, to me, the one thing that I think is so awesome about how the Reverie is always, well, at least how I know it to have been ran, is like, it doesn't matter. You can have people with 1 million subscribers and people with 10,000 subscribers and people with 30,000. Like, it doesn't matter the sub count as long as, you know, you enjoy the series and you enjoy talking about it. You're welcome. I think that is so cool. And so I definitely think that keeping that would be very important. But I don't know. I'm gonna talk to Megan. We're gonna cook. And of course, live would be amazing. But like East Coast, West Coast, not even. And that's just that's just in the United States. People from other countries. Yeah, it would be hard to get everybody together. One Piece fan since 2000. I like most of the Reverie stream. Love the many people version. Most of the time. Ride Cool. Shout out Ride Cool. Yeah, I know. Like I love the idea of it, but if I'm being honest with myself as a viewer, I don't think that personally, me, Josh, is my favorite way to watch something because it's almost too many people. But it's fun and it works and people like it. I'm just, you know, I'm just weird. I'm a weirdo. I'm a freak. Josh, watch Roger Base's Reverie Mini. Might give you a good idea of something to try out. Oh, okay. I was going to ask if you think Matt would come on this year, but I literally just reported the filming starts in 4 days. Yeah, bro, Matt's coming one of these days. Conrad, stop. I have been a fan for 20-ish years until Egghead. Stop. And then he put an emoji that looks like the freaking, what's his name? Pib from Smiling Friends, even though it's not him. But yeah. Bro, these are great ideas. I mean, so ham in a live event, creators can play fun, OP related games, do small skits. Could take Mr. Beast to arrange this big event, though. I would love to do that. I mean, me and Megan fantasize about being able to do that, like having enough money or a big budget to do that, to host that. Even like if we did a panel and filmed it, but also invited, you know, whoever could come and just organized the fuck out of it and made games and brought like set pieces or props, like an improv sketch live. Like you have to pull One Piece characters out of a hat. And like, I don't know. There's just so many things we could do. It'd just be goofy, silly. It'd be fun. It's a dream. It's a dream. Pim. That looks like Pim doing the chopper cry. It does. All right, let me see. I gotta write at least one thing down. So we have to get into heaviest the head that wears the L. I got put some my D&D, my monster cards in there. Bro, it is hot as fuck. It is so hot. I am sweating. You can't see it. My arms are sweating. And it's the worst kind of heat where it feels like it feels muggy. Like it feels, I don't know, like humid. I feel damp. All right. So I think I only have one major theory. I'm going to bring my notepad out so I can write it down how I wrote it down before. But then I might have to repeat something. Because I think I did write down that none of the straw hats are making it off at Egghead alive. None of the satellites are making it off at Egghead alive, except for York. But I might write it down again if I can't find it, just to cover my own ass. Because as much as I want them to join, Lilith or Atlas, Lilith more, I just don't think it's going to happen. So, and even if they escape and they go somewhere, but like Oda doesn't do that shit, bro. Even in the final saga, like I keep thinking people are dead, but they're just not. And the only reason, like I know Oda does this, but the only reason I thought it was different is because it's the final saga. People are gonna die. But no, he's still Oda. And I do love him for that. So maybe they won't die, actually. Maybe they'll go somewhere else. Maybe they'll. I guess if I don't know. Okay, let me write down the one thing that I am not confident in, but I am prepared to write down. So I said this earlier. This is my prediction. I don't know how I am going or how I would feel about it if this actually happened. But I think with the direction that things are going, it could be a possibility. It's the Book of L's. So I have to do something worthy of an L. And so my prediction this week is Bonnie. Here we go. You guys aren't fucking ready, dude. Bonnie will give all of the Straw Hats a Nika form. That's right. That's right. It's going to happen. Bonnie will give all of the Straw Hats a Nika form. Do I want it to happen? Part of me could get excited about that. The other part of me thinks that sounds a little too much like a fan fiction. You know, but it's all in its execution. It could come off cool as fuck. It could come off goofy as fuck. It depends on the execution. But this is the Book of L's. Nothing is bad because all are bad in this book. The only other thing I guess I would write is like, what the fuck is happening? I mean, York is going for sure with the Gorosei. I think that York is because York might in the chaos of everything, this like battle. It's just too much. The ancient Roback is potentially gonna wake back up. I don't want that to happen either. But I guess they need all the help they can get. Dory and Broggy are going to have to get back off the ship and go fight the Gorosei again. Is it going to be two Nikas, Bonnie and Luffy versus all of the Gorosei? I'm just trying to think about what this fight is going to look like. Nah, Lilith and Atlas, they're not making it. They're not making it. No, they're not. Atlas and Lilith will die before the end of Egghead. Just gotta, just gotta go for it sometimes. All right, that's it. All right. Any theories, any they don't even have to be theories. They could just be directions that the story is going to go in the next coming chapters, in the upcoming chapters. Fire them off in the chat, and maybe since Megan is not here today to add in her own theory in the Book of L's, we'll pick one from the chat and we'll write your username by it. And so we'll have it in there when we do our Book of L's video at the end of Egghead, or segmented, in that arc review or whatever. Soham said, well, I don't think she could do that. I don't know if she could do that either, but if she can use her devil fruit on other people, theoretically, she can present distorted futures for all of them. And if it's, if her devil fruit is awakened, who knows the bounds? Who knows the bounds? Guido said the Iron Giant is definitely coming back. That is the only thing this entire arc that if there was a hill I was going to die on, because people sometimes when we're voicing things, it can sound like bigger criticisms than they are. Egghead, without a doubt, best fucking craziest fucking week to week experience. I know that we're spoiled because of where we jumped on like the week to week train, but like incredible arc, one of my favorite arcs, one of the best arcs. And I've said things as a week to week reader, like, the amount of lore that we actually ended up getting, or just like certain like small things. Like I said, this week of Luffy feeling like he went to go eat and then was able to turn Gear 5 again, like super fast, like little small thing. But if there's one thing, those things don't matter. Those things do not matter. There's one thing, a hill that I would die on. It's this damn ancient motherfucking robot. Are you up? Are you down? Pick one. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much with the ups and downs. It's too much. Okay. Because it's just like every time, it's like every time he gets knocked out, I mean, I guess he just gets back up again. Wow, isn't that a song? Pick myself. Oh, isn't it like a Destiny's Child song? And at first you don't succeed, you can dust it up and try again. Pick yourself up and try again. Try again. Wow, wow. Yeah, it's that. That's the ancient robot right there. He's got that rattling around in his brain because he's getting up time after time after time. I can't. That's the one hill I'll die on. But you're right. He's probably going to get up and he's going to get knocked the fuck down. Because the last time this motherfucker got up, he got knocked down so fast. So fast. I thought, okay, now he's going to put up a fight. Down. Okay, now he's going to put up a fight in the fucking ocean. We'll see. And it's that other one, Doran Ross. Yeah, I get knocked down and I get up again. That song too. Yeah, you're never gonna keep me now. That one too. Ooh, Nika D. Binks. What a crazy name.
Your kitchen.
What a cool name. Saturn gets defeated, but the world is unaware because Devon impersonates him. The Gorosei go along with it so they can deny they took an L. Nika D. Binks. I might write that one down. Katarina has to, and the like her coming in to take specifically for that purpose, has to come back in a very big way. I do think it is obviously to impersonate Saturn. I never would have personally like guessed that the Gorosei would go along with it, but maybe if it's just to like save face, even then would they do that? I'm not saying that's not a possibility. That's a contender. That's a contender to go in the Book of L's. Berto Burt. My prediction for the Satellites futures plus York, they'll be thrown away and impaled down, possibly in the same cell. That would be funny if they were, they were on like a cover story, just like cellmates. But I don't. Maybe Lilith and Atlas, and because York would be the comedy if they were all thrown into a cell together. Like it wouldn't be funny; it'd be sad if it was Lilith and Atlas in a fucking cell together. We get a cover story of that. It's just depressing. But if York is there too, that's where the comedy comes in. That'd be funny. But I don't know. We got Tigre. Stussy kills York for revenge. Stussy kills York for revenge for the death of Stella, Edison, and Pythagoras. Bro, you know what? That's what I'm saying. There's so many things. Just when I think I'm thinking or remembering everything and where everybody's at, bro. Cypher, Lucci, Kaku, Stussy. What the fuck? I mean, they're going to make a move somehow, some way. Whether it's to get off the island or I don't know, but that could happen. That could very well fucking happen. And honestly, would it be Well, I guess I was going to ask, would it be like her killing Vegapunk, but it's like a traitor? Of course, they need York to recreate the Mother Flame. Yeah, so that's why I don't think they're going to throw her an Impel Down. I don't think that. Are we sure that's a giant robot and not a cyborg? Soham said. It could be. It could very well be a cyborg, but I'm the only reason I think it's a robot is because like Luffy was like inside of it, right? Like when they found it first, like they were trying to figure out how to turn it on. Like they were all up in that shit. You know what I mean? I think him and Chopper, and they didn't react to seeing a dead body in there or a body in there. But it could have some. It's in the Book of Elves that I said that the robot. I mean, it clearly has some sort of consciousness. So it could have a brain. It could have it just could be a super smart. It is a super advanced machine, but somewhere in here, I said that it was a consciousness of someone that was on Joy Boy's crew. Maybe his Frankie. All right. Even Guido is saying, yeah, because as much as they want Bonnie gone, Stussy would want York. Sorry, the heart's in the way. Stussy would want York gone to hinder the five elders. And another reason I think that this works is because it would kind of give Lucci some satisfaction too, and Kaku. I think maybe even more so Lucci. That could be Stussy would have a very good reason to do that, and Lucci would have a great reason to go along with that. After the way that they treated him, the way that they talked to him, he's probably in a position where he's like, "Fuck you, yeah, let's take her out. Let's ruin their plan." You know, I like that. Plus, I'm sure the past where the robot is from is way more advanced. The concept of cyborg versus robot might not be clear. Yeah. So you know what? I think Guido is seconding Tigre. So let's put Tigres in there, and let's put I like Nika D Binks. So this is how I do it right here. This helps. Just take a photo like that. Take a photo of that. And I'm going to transfer those into the book. They're going to get their own page. Write down the usernames here so I don't forget. Nika D Binks is going in the Book of Elves. And Tigre is going in the Book of Elves too. So you and your predictions have and will be added to the book. I like both of them. They're a little outside the box, and I didn't even think of the possibility of Stussy taking out York, but I like it, and now I want it to happen. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for those. You'll get your credit when we release that video. We'll shout you out, and we'll see if you get an L or if you get a W.
Bro, lost for real.
The only two I wrote down, just to reiterate, Bonnie will give all the Straw Hats a Nika form. Do I think that's going to happen? Who knows? But we'll see. Atlas and Lilith will die before the end of Egghead. And that's it. 4 heavy is the head that wears the L. Oh, yeah. Now we're here. Now we're talking. Now we're seeing where everybody else is at with everything, how everybody else is feeling about everything. Oh, by the way, it's a soft G. So, Edo. Okay. I'll keep it soft. I'll keep it soft. I predict that Toki left the past because it was around the time Joy Boy died in the war. I like that too. I think that's a pretty good theory. I'm trying to look this up really quick. One Piece. I'm trying to show you guys. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but just in case you haven't, I want to see if we can get away with watching this together. One Piece. It's that trailer. I wanted to find it before we went live. Is it Universal Studios? Wow, fuck, I wish I could remember. It's for one of their shows. Universal Studios. Come on now. Oh yeah, it's right here. So, official promo video for the One Piece premiere show at Universal Studios Japan. I'm not going to show all of it because who fucking knows, dude? You'd think that because it's a promotional video that you could get away with showing it, but who knows? They come for everything. So I won't even play it with the audio. I'll just play a little bit of the video. But bro, this shit looks so fucking crazy, dude. Oh, shit. It is playing. I want to go to this show. It looks amazing. It looks so good. Look at that. Come on now. All right, it was short. But yeah, official promo video for the One Piece premiere show at Universal Studios Japan. This will be the first live show at USJ with Gear 5 making its appearance. Me and Megan have watched some of these Universal shows, like the YouTube videos of them. And honestly, they put their whole pussy into this shit, bro. I don't know how many people have been to Universal Studios in California, but they have like Water World or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, you know, the show where they're like jumping around and all these pyrotechnics and explosions and water effects are going off. It's like stunt coordinated. It's kind of reminds me of that. Kind of reminds me of Water World, but way fucking cooler. They kill it, dude. They kill it every time. I'm gonna be watching this on YouTube because I'm not gonna be able to, you know, go to Japan. But oh, Jito. Oh fuck! I keep fucking up. Jito. Soft G. I thought, okay, you said soft, not silent. God damn it.
Bro, Losh for real.
Jito. Okay. See, that's all you got to say. And I'll never mess it up again. Berto Burt said, I don't see Oda killing off the satellites, though. I only see them imprisoned to some capacity and in a cover page. You're probably, Berto Burt, you're probably right. I would bet money on you and not me. But I don't see them. I guess my reason for thinking that they would die is because all of the other ones have fucking died. Like all of them had died. That was the thing in my mind that made me say, you know what? Yeah, it's going to happen because literally Shaka, Pythagoras, Edison, fucking dead. Stella, dead. So why not two more? And York be the sole survivor. I always had a feeling that York would be the sole survivor, if any. And who knows? Who knows? Josh, we know each other. I am your long lost brother.
Oh my god.
Wait, for real? Is my real last name Corbel? Or was I meant to be a Corbel? That's a distorted future right there. Holy shit. Till now, only the robot ones died. Well, bro, I mean, the Stella was not a robot, and Shaka in the anime looks like he's very human underneath that helmet. I don't know. Visas V. Anyone playing the Elden Ring DLC today? Megan has been going, and I promise that's not what she's doing right now. I promise she's doing real world life stuff, very important stuff. But she's been heavy. She's been deep into Baldur's Gate 3. I know it's not Elden Ring, but man, beautiful game. I can't wait to start. I've been kind of watching her play because I don't know how many people heard me say it on or what stream we said it on, but a mutual friend let us borrow their PS5 with Baldur's Gate already on it, so we just started new files on it. I haven't had a chance. I haven't had time to really play, but she's got like 8-9 hours in, and it's such a crazy cool game, bro. She's playing it on narrative mode, and it still looks hard as fuck. Luis said, wasn't he your lover a couple months ago? Lover to brother, Conrad. You got to keep track of these things, bro. It's getting weird. A beautiful light said, Josh, are you watching The Boys? Yes, I am. I'm caught up on at least the episodes that have come out, and it's fucking insane, dude. It's great. I didn't read a lot of the comic. I read a bit of the comic. Just like I think it was like the first trade paperback of the comic that came out. But the show is great. I love the direction that it's going. Homelander's the best. The worst. But like as a character, the best. Like he's so fun to watch react to everybody. He's such a brat because he can be. I mean, like everybody, he could do anything to anyone whenever he wants to. It's so funny. It's been great. There's only 3 episodes out, I think, as of right now. I'm having fun, dude. And Hot D, bro, you know I'm on Hot D. That first episode was really good of Hot D too. It was good. Oh God, I don't know how many people are not caught up on it or whatever, but the 3 shows that we've been the most obsessed with. Hot D, of course, coming back is huge. The first episode was super solid. The Boys, for sure. Interview with a Vampire, season 2. The penultimate episode comes out on Sunday. An incredible show. And of course, Doctor Who, which has its series finale tomorrow. Series or season finale tomorrow. I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's been too good. I miss X-Men 97 and Invincible every week still. You know what, Beans? I gotta watch that. I gotta watch X-Men 97, and I gotta catch up on Invincible. Whenever they did that weird break, I was on it every week. They did that weird break, and then I never came back. Oh, there's a new ep of The Boys, said Winston. Oh, episode 4 came out. A Beautiful Light. Oh, Money. Homelander's the best. We just learned something about Josh. I mean, you know what I'm saying, Money. He's not the best, but he's the best character to watch because you don't know. I mean, I guess you do know that he's always just gonna fucking murder somebody if he can, which he always can. But he's just the most fun character to watch. But he's not the best. He's not, you know what I mean. Elizabeth, I gotta go get some sleep. So thanks for the stream, and until next time, bye. Like Spike D stream, stay free. Thank you, Elizabeth Swan. Thank you so fucking much. It's always a pleasure seeing you here. We love you. We appreciate you. Get some sleep. Get some rest. Hopefully, we see you tomorrow for a little bit. We're gonna be eating some hot wings, truth in there, dabbing it. Thank you. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. X-Men 97. Bean said X-Men 97 is the exact kind of superhero content I needed. It destroys the MCU in every way. God, I just that's another thing I'm just gonna have to wait on. I mentioned earlier, like I just need to give Star Wars some time to find itself. I need to give it some time to find itself for Lucasfilm and for it to go on a retreat, to go into the woods and to really just rediscover themselves, who they are. And then I'll it's not forever. It's just for now. But I need for me to step away. I kind of feel that with Marvel, but there, I guess some things like X-Men 97 and Wolverine and Deadpool. Yeah, I'm going to watch that too. They keep fucking getting me. Fantastic sub, Josh. How are you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm actually doing really good. I'm hot. It's really hot, but I feel good. I can't complain. Hopefully you're doing good too. Winston, what was your top 3 episode of the season so far? Josh. Oh, Doctor Who. Mine is Rogue, Boom, and Legend of Ruby Sunday. Okay, my thing about Rogue was that I genuinely loved. Sorry, it's a little bit of Doctor Who talk. Sorry. I genuinely loved like Rogue, and I think that he is the whole episode. Like everything else that surrounded Rogue was not on the same level. Like the birds, the cosplaying alien birds. It was fun. It was funny. I did kind of like it because it felt very classic Doctor Who, or like it definitely harkened back to a lot of RTD episodes and even some Moffat episodes. Like, you know, it's very Doctor Who, but it wasn't, to me, everything that surrounded Rogue, that character wasn't as strong as just he was. So like he makes that episode, but everything else about it kind of like brings it down, if that makes sense. It's still a great episode because we're going to see more of him, and I need that. But I don't know if I would put it in my top 3 for those other reasons, just like the cosplaying bird aliens and all that, which even though that was fine. Boom is up there. I would honestly put 73 Yards up there. And Legend of Ruby Sunday. Boom, 73 Yards. Nope. Sorry, take it back. Boom, Dot and Bubble, Legend of Ruby Sunday. Dot and Bubble. Dot and Bubble. Once you guys get a PS5 of your own, I'll get you a copy of Persona 3 Reloaded so you can play. Oh wait, for real, bro. We're so close. There are some things I wanna share with everybody, update everybody on channel wise, and I think that, you know, hopefully soon we'll be able to pull the trigger on that, and some other things. Hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing is set in stone, but we're working on some things. We're trying to make some things happen to kind of be able to do things that we've been wanting to do for a while. But I appreciate the fuck out of that. A beautiful lie. Thank you. But yeah, we'll talk definitely a little bit more about like other things on the stream tomorrow, like channel wise and stuff. Bro, I'm so excited for this stream tomorrow. We really wanted to push it only to give the people who got those hot sauces from our Amazon wish list the chance to get here, to arrive. We're still waiting on a couple things, but hopefully they'll come today or tomorrow. We can't push the stream again. So we'll if for some reason everything that we need, we have like a backup plan for everything. So it's happening for sure tomorrow. But if everything that we need doesn't come on time, we have, like I said, that backup stuff, and we will still end up using those things and just like having a separate stream or a separate challenge or something else with those. But yeah. Josh, did you train your spice tolerance at all? No. Actually, I'll be honest with you, bro. My spice tolerance has gotten worse because my like rosacea, or like the redness in my skin, like I've been trying to be more conscious about it, and I've like looked up like a bunch of things as to like why it could get so red sometimes, like why I can get like really red like right here and just right here, and it is like spicy foods, like super hot showers. There are a lot of factors to it, so I kind of cut out a lot of those things. So my spice tolerance is probably like, bro, I'm at a point right now where tapatio gets me fucking sweaty. I start to, if I put too much, I start sweating, and it didn't used to be like that. Let's see. Winston said, Ruby also kind of took a back seat that episode. Some people have a problem with the doctor crying. I think Shooty delivers those scenes so brilliantly. You know what? Megan was actually kind of joking about it too, because he does cry in almost every episode, but I noticed it, but it didn't bother me. It is because he, like, Shooty does it so well and pulls it off so well, and these moments, like certain moments, I think need it more than others, but like there are a lot of times where like it makes sense for him to be crying in that moment, and it's, Megan calls it like an actor cry because it's like that one solid tear. It's not like he's sobbing, it's like one tear. I notice it, but it doesn't bother me because I think he is absolutely, killing it with his performance. So but if people do have a problem with it, I do kind of get it. Doran said we're going to see full on tomato tomorrow. Yeah, full on tomato, Josh, tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. Doran also saying I'm excited for Villain Saga. Bro, I am excited, man. It's finally done. It's in the bank. It's pretty much edited and like ready. It's coming out for everybody on Monday. Patreon YouTube members. What's it called? Friday or Saturday. The latest Saturday. And like that just feels like such a weight off of our shoulders. Like the hardest part was starting, and with everything else going on, it felt like we were never going to get to it, but we did. And yeah, we're both just having such a good time with it. I'm excited too. I'm so excited. I don't even want to say a lot because it's coming out, but I'm so excited for what's after, what we read. And to see more of the anime and stuff too. God, I can't believe we're finally here. I'm excited. Probably, let's see. We've been live for 2 hours and 7 minutes. I know these streams tend to get a little more all over the place when Megan's not here. But at the end, for the next, say like 10 minutes or so, we could continue talking about whatever the chapter. Anything else outside of the chapter, we could just shoot the shit. We could just talk about whatever for like the last like 10 minutes or so. And then I'll probably end up getting out of here because we have a long stream ahead of us tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably be going for a pretty decent amount of time. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention this too. For Patreon and YouTube members, our code GIOS, not final reaction, but our reaction to episode 23 and 24 came out for Patreon and YouTube members today, meaning that we only have one more episode left to watch. And then we'll have completed our Code Geass journey. And in that episode that's available right now exclusively for Patreon YouTube members, we mentioned that we're going to be reacting to Cowboy Bebop next. And we're going to try to plan it a little bit better and try to get ahead of it a little bit more so that we can stay on this cycle of like the Patreon and YouTube members always being like an episode ahead. So there's more incentive and, you feel like you're getting more, I guess, bang for your buck, I guess. We that was our original plan, and then schedule fucking, how it goes. But we're going to really try to be on top of it. So it's like I love when we get to these moments because there are constant things. Like we're always going to talk about the new One Piece chapter when there's a fire One Piece episode. We react to all of them on our YouTube Patreon, but like when there's a fire One Piece anime episode, we'll put that out on the channel. Which I think the next one is going to be pretty fucking crazy. Like the preview for it looks insane. It looks like another episode where they're really fucking putting their whole pussy into the animation. Like it looks crazy. So that one might end up going on YouTube too. They're like the chapter reviews are constant, and other things are a constant. But it's so nice to get to a point where we're starting kind of like two new things. Like Vinland, we're finally starting. And Code Geass is wrapping up, and then we're starting Cowboy Bebop. So it feels like we're going into like another era, another phase, and that's always cool. And the fact that it's happening like both at the same time, it's cool. It's cool. Cowboy Bebop. So Cowboy Bebop will probably be out. Like we're probably gonna record it on like maybe this week or next week. It's coming soon though. It's coming super soon because we're trying to stay on top of it with the Volume 1 Plus like releases, and we finally figured out like a really good system that allows us to stay on schedule with those. And we haven't honestly missed like in terms of like uploading on YouTube. We haven't missed like a day. I don't think like we've been or a week. We've been like pretty boom once a week guaranteed. So we're really kind of locked into that. So Cowboy Bebop will probably come out for Patreon and YouTube members for sure in like max like 2 weeks max. Josh, read my message. Okay, let me see. Oh, you can push the stream again? Yeah, no, not gonna do that. Not gonna push it again. I know we can, but yeah, no, I don't want to keep pushing it. I think like a week was already to me like pushing it, I guess. But I just I wanted to give as much time as we could because because there's going to be a lot of prep and a lot of things that go into that, and sometimes it feels like if we continue to push it, then first of all, we already rescheduled once, and so rescheduling again, I feel like people are going to be like, okay, well. Maybe there are some people in our community who will be like, I'll be there no matter when it is. But I think that there are other people who will be like, okay, well, I just don't give a fuck anymore because it's, is it happening? Is it not happening? And I get that. But yeah, I also sometimes if we keep putting it off, then like things start to pile up, and yeah, we just want to do it because we've been planning on doing it for a long time. And if we don't end up getting everything we need, which we still might, but if we don't, then we'll just have an excuse to do something else, another challenge or another stream, and we'll already have like a really cool consequence for that. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have anyway. Yeah. Oh, not that one.
Bro, Losh for real.
Losh didn't know. Was it which one? Test, resend it. Josh can't read. Josh, read the chat better. Never doubt my conviction. Okay. Conrad's saying something too. All right. We got to catch up. I think we missed a super chat too from Jonathan R. Are we caught up? Yeah, Jonathan R. Shout out.
Good smell.
I know you and Lisan Al Gaib got a PS5 to borrow from your friend, but this is a drop in the bucket to get our own that we're naming Jonathan R. You need your own trophies on your console, LOL. Yeah, for sure. The one cool thing about borrowing the PS5 was that I didn't know this, but apparently if in playing Baldur's Gate, that if you make a Larian account, according to our friend who let us borrow it, you can, like, even if he's like, I need it back for whatever reason, we can log into our Larian account from even Steam, and it should still have all of our like save data on it. So we did that just in case. But of course, like he has Jedi Survivor on it, and he has I don't know if he has the new Final Fantasy game on it or not. But he has he has some really cool other games on there too, but I don't think that we'll be able to keep our data. Maybe we will if we get a PS5 because it'll be our PlayStation account. I don't know how shit works. I don't know. Boomer Josh at it again. Black Friday sale goes crazy. Okay, Tess. At this point, it might be far better for you both if you wait until Black Friday to get yourselves a PS5. If you wait till then, you both might be able to get your own. Black Friday sales go crazy. Let's see. Black Friday is usually November, right? It's like right after Thanksgiving, and we're in June. At the end of June. July, August, October, 5 months. I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah. Mike, good. Josh, Megan, you guys got all these great OP YouTubers on the channel these past few weeks. It's awesome. Loving all the content. V1 Evolution is beautiful. One Piece forever. There's gotta be I gotta get the perfect sound for that. Oh yeah.
Praise Kuma.
Yes. Thank you, Mike. Good. I can't say it enough, man. How fun that was. I love doing that, and we want to do it again. I'm glad that we got to do it, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and it was very creatively fulfilling to get to work on those videos. And we have some plans. We have some plans for some other different things like that. That's what keeps it fresh, getting to do stuff like that. Josh doesn't have friends. Don't believe the lies. Tigre said, good night. Good night. Thank you for being here. Money's up here saying, seriously, good luck, bro. It'll be a fun stream, but don't push yourself too hard. Bro, I'm going to push myself too hard. I don't know if I ever, it's not a Josh solo stream without a little bit of lore. And I think I've told this story before. But it's a spicy story, and I'm sure I have, but it's been a long time since I have. The worst experience that I've ever had with something spicy, and I've never had this experience in my life up until that point or since, was when I was working at this concert venue / restaurant, but it was a concert venue that served food, and I was a waiter there. And during the concerts were always at night, so the lunch shift was always super slow. It was like in a mall, and so no one was really coming for lunch. So everybody who was there working got to really just kind of like fuck around. And one day, the manager came in, and he had these peppers, and I think he called them scorpion peppers, I think. I could be wrong. I think that's what it was. And he's like, yeah, I grew these myself. These are some of the spiciest peppers I've ever had in my whole life. Do you guys want to try one? And I get a little competitive. When I'm around a bunch of people, I think it's because I have a lot of brothers. I think, my dad was this way. I get a little excited. I get a little competitive. And I was like, fuck it. Well, actually, I wasn't even down until like the dishwasher said he was down. The dishwasher was like, fuck it, I'm down. And I was like, you know what? If you're down, I'm down. Let's fucking go. So we both just in one fucking bite, we ate these scorpion peppers. It wasn't hot at first. The spice crept up and it overtook my whole mouth. We were literally, opening the fridge, fucking pouring milk in our mouth. We even took the dishwasher, fucking spout that kind of came down, and we were spraying it, and it was bad. It was awful. But in about 10, 15 minutes, it passed. And I thought, man, that was rough, but that was it, man. I'm glad I did it. That was fun. End of story. Little did I know that was the beginning. That was I didn't know there was an aftershock coming. That was that was just a warning. Something far worse was in my future and on the horizon. I felt completely fine after about 15 minutes tops, right? Finish my shift, go home. And this was, at the time that I was still doing stand-up. So I had a pretty at the time, for me, it was a pretty big show. It was at the Ice House in Pasadena. It was going to be featuring for another comic that I had been trying to, get on this show for a very long time. So, I'm coming home, I'm getting ready, and all of a sudden, I feel, and it literally, there's nothing else it could have been from other than this pepper. I feel like an ache. Like it felt like my stomach was twisting and closing. It felt like it was closing and twisting, and I was like literally writhing in pain. This sensation that I've never felt in my life came over me, where I'm not even joking. I literally started, because I was in my room by myself, I literally started taking all of my clothes off, and I started shaking. Like my whole body started shaking. I took all of my clothes off. I had a glass of water. I started pouring it. I was like on autopilot. I was pouring it all over my head. I was just like salivating, and I was just like shaking, and I was naked, and I was dripping it water. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. I don't know what the fuck happened, and it slowly started to go away, but it took about an hour or maybe even 2 hours to fully go away. I don't know what that was, but I've never felt that since, and I never want to feel that again, and I don't wish that on my worst enemy. It was awful. It was awful. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But if it does, I'll make sure to film it this time. I mean, maybe not naked, but you know what I mean. Josh, can you recreate that for us real quick? Josh Alone, Nika D. Binks. Josh Alone is like when a teacher started to talk about their personal life. The Josh lore goes deep. I have to throw in one. Naked and afraid, bro. I was naked and I was afraid, and it was just like the show. It was just like the show. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that. I can't do, like, all the description doesn't do it justice. It was scary. It was scary. Yeah. But hopefully it might happen again. We'll see. Anyway, probably going to get out of here. I don't want to go. Tomorrow's going to be a fucking good day, though. It's going to be the stream. Super fun. Looking forward to it. Going to be awesome. But also, Doctor Who finale. Can't wait for that shit. Russell T is dropping all kinds of fucking hints and shit. I watched like this clip. I don't watch the Doctor Who podcast, but I watched the clips that they release of like when Russell calls in and gives them a preview of the next episode. Oh shit! Something upstairs. Something happened. But he was dropping some crazy hints. We're gonna be in for a doozy tomorrow. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Megan's gonna be here tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Don't miss it. It's happening 100%. We'll reshare it. I mean, the stream is still up, so if you've already hit remind me, hopefully it still reminds you, even though we pushed it. But it is definitely 100% happening tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss it. You're definitely going to want to be there. It'll mean a lot to us, especially because it's going to be our 4-year channel celebration. The only thing left to do now, though, is to get out of here on our outro. That's always the same and never changes, which today has to be something about being free, right? Being totally free, or something about like, I'm Nika, you're Nika, we're all Nika. It's kind of like, the Good Burger song where it's like, I'm a dude, you're a dude, he's a dude, whatever, we're all dudes now. It could be kind of like that. I need help when Megan's not here. Okay. Totally free outro. Elbath is Frankie's arc. That's funny. I like that. Until next time, give me a future where I'm totally free. I mean, it's not creative because I'm just reading a line from the manga. Free the spice for tomorrow. I'm free. And say this as you roll away from the camera. That is top contender right now. A beautiful lie. It's the Nika we made along the way. That's perfect, bro. Give me a tomato. Give me a tomato Joshi-ish future. That's so funny. I'm free as a bird. I'm free. Okay, I like that. It's kind of like You're Killing Me, Larry. You know those commercials. Are those only in the West Coast, by the way? Your mattress is free. Okay, so I'm gonna try it. We'll see if it works. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, especially when it's a solo stream. I appreciate all the company. I appreciate having this space. Like I said, dude, and I know I say it all the time. Whatever. I feel it in my heart. Like every time I read a chapter, like I want to see what other people are thinking, how other people are feeling, and it feels sometimes it can be a lot. But then we come here and it's just fucking cool. And so thank you guys for being a part of this community and giving us a cool place to all just talk about this series that we fucking love. It's so nice. It's so nice to actually get to talk with real people, cool people about this stuff. So thank you guys for that, for real. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, hold on. And until next time, I'm free. How did it look? Did it look good? Did it work? I gotta watch the replay.